Hello everybody, this is Hash here. Welcome to part 4 of my Pygame mini tutorials. In this part I'm going to show you how to create your tile map system in a basic way. So tile map systems, it's a two-dimensional list that you can use in top-down games and platformers, something like what I've been working on lately. For example, this one, it's some sort of top-down game which you can collect different items, and the idea is to iterate through the two-dimensional list and pick up the item in the specific location and spawn it into your screen. Same goes here in my platformer game, which it's almost the same idea. It's a little bit different between these two, but in the general principle are the same. So anyway, so let's start it. What I have here is my basic game loop, same as what we had in the last 3 parts, and I just add a class tile which take care of the coordinates x and y and width and height and the image type. Of course you can expand it later on when you want. And we have our basic game loop. The settings is same almost, just the tile size is different and the screen height is different. And in the assets I have 2 more images which we are using in this episode, and we are not going to do anything with this monster image. This is from previous episode. And in my backup I created this two-dimensional list. I will copy and paste it in my assets, and the idea is like we are going to use nested loop, and we iterate through this each row and columns and pick up the items, and depending on the number of the items or the character you set for each item, we spawn that, create an object from the class which we have and spawn it on the screen. It's a kind of easy process. So first let's create our containers, tiles, or let's say all tiles equal pygame.sprite.group, and here I create a function, define spawn tiles, and first of all we set the y coordinate to 0, and we say for row in map, which is our two-dimensional list, for row in map we set x value to 0, and after we loop through that first item, which is another list in our two-dimensional list, we loop through here and increase the number of the x value and spawn the item in that location. So x equals 0 for item in row, if for row in map, for tile in map in row, if tile equal 1, then tile equal tile, which is this class here, tile equal tile, and x multiplied by tile size, y multiplied by tile size, which give us the exact location on the screen. And as you see here, the top left will be in x and y coordinates, and as it goes for width and height, these two attributes here. We say tile size and tile size, and the name of the image. The image will be, let's use ground sand image. After all tiles that add tile. So and here we increase the x value, so it will go to the next item in the list. And after loop through the first row, we increase the value of the row itself, so y plus equal 1. And here, if tile equal 2, we just do the same thing, but we change the name of the image, which was here. And let's try the code if we don't have any problem. And I actually call this spawn tiles. Alright. Yeah, of course we don't have anything because we don't have the draw function on there. So what we need to do here, we just say all tiles dot draw on the screen. Oops, which is a little bit out of order. All right, let's see what was wrong here. Okay, x, this should be okay. Y equals 0, x equals 0. Select the top left equals set that x. Here don't have a problem. What about our settings? In fact, it's here. So why it's there? Row in map, x equals 0 for tile in row. If tile equals tile x, this tile size. Okay, yeah, I missed one plus here. X plus equal. Now it should be okay. Yep. Yes, sorry about this. As you see here, this exactly spawned where we want it. So this is basically the everything you need to do for creating your own map. In fact, there are two types of maps for games, for platformer. One is static, like you create chunk of map, and it's different ways to for doing it. You create different chunk of maps, and you some sort of glue them together in your code, or you can also create dynamic maps, which is auto-generating as you go through your game, which I will make another tutorial for that. But as it goes for our tile map, this is basically what you need to do. And another thing you can try later on, for example, if you want to have different attributes for or different kind of behavior for different tiles, you can create something like self.name equal something, and after set the name for different tiles while you are creating them. For example, say here, for example, tile.name equal, I don't know, ground or something, and after you can have set that, for example, gravity, and you create your own update game updates method, and so on and so forth. You can continue to expand your class. As for example here, what I have, some of the tiles are some sort of reacting to the player when you're standing on top of them. Couple of them, if I remember. I think, yeah, this one maybe. Yeah, when you stand on them, they're going down, so they're reacting to the player weights, for example. So or some of them they can move, or this is like infinite possibilities, depending on your what you want to do. And so that's it for this episode, and I hope you like it. If you like my videos and tutorials, please subscribe, and I see you guys in next video. Thanks for watching.